I'm going to walk you through my PM resume template so that you can make a great product manager resume and hopefully get callbacks from some top tech companies. My name is Alex. I used to be a product manager, group product manager at Google, and now I run the Product Career Accelerator where we help PMs like you get into their next top tech, well-paid product manager role. This resume template is 1 page long. We're going to get into it. There's a few comments of mine. There's, of course, the layout, and I'll go through everything as quickly as I can here for you. This is the exact same template that students inside PCA use to start working on improving their resume. So let's start. First things first. We've got your name, of course, but then quite often I see people don't put the role or job title right at the top of the resume. My philosophy is very straightforward. From the top, everything should be designed to capture attention and be relevant to what the recruiter or hiring manager is looking for. So please optimize for that. If at the top you don't say product manager, senior product manager, director of product management leader, or something that's going to capture the attention that tells the recruiter or the hiring manager, hey, you're in the right place, keep reading this resume or keep scanning this resume, then you lose out, I think, on a big opportunity. So that's the first thing we do. We'll just put it right over there. Then just your location, your email address, and a phone number. You can also put LinkedIn. There, I added a comment here. You can also add a LinkedIn there as well. And the next line, this little 3-liner is, I think, probably the most important thing you can do nowadays, because again, you're trying to capture attention, and everything you do at the top of the resume is going to have a higher probability that someone will actually read it or scan it. And so we want to put as much relevant and interesting stuff up here as we can. So we want to keep it quantitative and impactful. I call it a summary 2-liner. You can have 3, you can have 4 lines, depending on the number of years of experience. But the idea is you want to drop your revenue numbers in there, your usage numbers, if you have a lot of users that you've serviced or different specific types of users, your industries and verticals that may be relevant that recruiters or hiring managers are looking for, specific leadership experience, 0-to-1 experience, your full end-to-end development, prototyping all the way to launch, entrepreneurial background or experience, your educational MBA or business or other relevant educational experience, and other core PM competencies, and paired with impact. So this is what a typical summary might look like. Experienced PM of a specific field with this many years experience in this field, expertise in this, and that, verticals, industry specialties at certain companies. You really want to use whatever companies that you've got that are recognizable to bring attention again to the top. If you have a lot of dollars in revenue or a lot of users or volumes or scope, that's the place to put it. Really think of this 2 or 3 or 4-liner as your resume inside the resume. If someone doesn't read your resume but just read this little blurb, will they want to get you a callback or ask for a callback? That's really the ask here. The rest of it is laid out really to try to get as much information again at the top as possible. We start out with professional experience. We will list out the most recent. It's in reverse chronological order as usual. Try to minimize this. Like here I have it set up. It's actually supposed to take only 2 lines, but if you can make it take 1 line, that's fine as well, as long as it makes sense. It's not, you don't want to overdo it here. You don't want to add a bunch of detail. Like, what do I say here? It's okay to keep your resume in multiple pages long after, as long as, well, here I'm referring people to the Bullet Vault, which basically is our internal system where we assess whether you have all of the product management skills and expertise areas included in your resume. But the idea that I'm saying here is that when you're developing your resume first, it's okay if it gets longer first as you're developing it, as long as eventually you do turn it into a 1-pager version. Here, I'm giving instruction that, hey, if you were laid off recently, first of all, sorry to hear, but it happens, and don't be in a hurry to change this away from the current, because usually you are officially with the company for a number of weeks or months, and then after that, there's a time period where you could just, without updating it, kind of maintain continuity just to really lower the number of questions that you're going to get. So time actually is of the essence after you get laid off. So do try to take some time, but then get right into the application process. Okay, the format itself of the resume, as you can see, I like to use action verb, then what you did, what was the impact or the outcome, and how was it measured. There's different variants of how you want to do bullets, but the main idea here is that You really want to keep it short. You don't want really long 2, 3, 4 line bullets because they become walls of text that nobody reads. So try to keep it succinct, keep it short. Start with an action verb, usually in the past tense. I give you a list of action verbs. All PCA members have these, but the idea is you want to keep them unique. You want to keep them from different areas of the product management skill set. And then you want to focus, of course, on the impact. Why what you did was impactful and what was the ultimate impact for the business or the product. And then how do you know? So any specificity, numbers, and metrics are certainly useful here. Then, of course, you're going down the list, you're going down in reverse chronological order, and you want to have fewer bullets as you go. So you want your most recent job to have the most bullets, then fewer, fewer, and fewer still. People ask me sometimes, what do I do about strange experience that I've had a long time ago, or maybe experience that is not really directly mapped to product management? I say that if you can take out something from there that is relevant to product management or running a business or serving customers, something like that, pull that out. Or anything regarding sales or marketing or launching products or running teams or leadership or hiring. There's a lot of stuff that goes into a product manager's role. Bring that to the forefront. But really, if it's really a while ago, then just put it up top in here in this blurb. You don't have to worry about listing everything you did, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 years ago in a bullet. You can just really kind of summarize it up top. You'll notice that education is at the bottom. That is the right place for it. You'll notice we don't talk a lot about education. There's no GPA requirement. There's no extensive commentary on the type of courses that you did. None of that stuff really matters. And if you were hiring for a product manager job, most of the time you're going to be hiring for specific skills, sets of experience, so things that you did, or verticals or industries that you've worked at, or companies, big companies that you've worked at if you're also hiring for a big company. So education doesn't come into play unless it's actually required for the role. And then I have accomplishments, awards, publications, patents, basically all the other stuff kind of into 1 or 2 lines at the most. You don't need to put a bunch of random keywords in here. You don't need to go on and on about all of your awards in detail or all of your various accomplishments and bonuses that you got. Pick the most impactful ones, the ones that are given out infrequently, the ones that really you can see why this was a rare event that you received this certification or award. Something again that can actually give information to the recruiter, the hiring manager, that okay, yes, you have some unique aspect to your experience. And that's really it. Not a whole lot about hobbies and things like that. We really just keep it short and focus on putting 17, 18, 20 really strong bullets, maybe fewer if you have multiple line bullets, onto the resume to really demonstrate and map to the problems that the recruiter or the hiring manager is trying to solve. If you have more than 10 years experience, it's okay for your resume to be longer than 1 page. So you can continue. If it's 1.5 pages, by the way, that's better than 2 pages. So don't feel compelled to fill out the entire 2 pages if you've got 2 pages. So the shorter, the better, but it doesn't have to fully be 1 page. Really think of it as people are only going to read and kind of retain less and less as they go further down and down on the page. So that's why you want to really front load all of your impact and all of your attention grabbing and relevant information. Also, you'll see we will bold some areas, bold important elements, but again, we're assuming that they're only skimming the resume in 5-10 seconds. So we can't bold everything. So we just bold a few things that we really want to jump out at them. And that's about it. So start with this. Of course, making the bullets is kind of its own challenge. We'll have a separate video on how to make bullets, but I would just start from mapping out exact same way that we do inside PCA, is just map out all of the different things that product managers do, and usually breaks down into 6 or 7 different categories, and try to make sure that your resume covers all of those categories. And of course, that it covers the relevant things that are called out by that job description. When doing that, when customizing your resume to a particular job description, you don't have to customize every single thing of the 20, 25 things that they ask for in the job description. Just pick the 3, 4, or 5 most impactful ones, the ones that you think the hiring manager will make the hiring decision based on, and try to put those as close as you can to the top of the resume in order to really attract attention. And again, that's what we call customization. It's not rewriting your whole resume. All right. Hopefully this was useful. Thanks a lot for watching. If you are a product manager, you're looking for your next top paid product manager role in a big tech company, then you can check out the description. We have a link where you can schedule a call. We can talk about maybe we could help you along on your next career step. Thanks very much. I'll see you next time.